What's up, everyone? This is going to be a little shorter video. I already recorded this once, but I forgot to turn the microphone on the camera, so go me. Dakar 2024 starting today. The bike results are already coming in. They're already in, actually. The ATVs, the cars, the trucks, everything like that. Still coming into the results, but the bikes are already finished up for the day, and we're going to get into the results right now. Hey, everyone. Thanks again for joining me for another video. Like I said, Dakar 2024 starting today in Saudi Arabia. I love this event. It's just, this is the ultimate motorcycle race. It's 3 weeks long, 17, 18 stages, roughly. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is the true testament of man and machine with this race. It's through the Saudi Arabian desert, and this really puts riders to the test. We have 6 days. I covered that at the end of last year in November. But this race truly is the ultimate, endurance race. It's just brutal on the machines. It's brutal on the riders. And you win this one or you finish well at this one, especially if you win this race, you're an instant legend throughout the history of time on a motorcycle. So we're going to get into the results right now. Stage 1 wrapping up today. Just going to breeze through some of these results, hit up some of the top riders and where they stood after Stage 1 today, along with our American contingent, give you guys an update on what's going on after the first stage of racing. I'm probably not going to do updates every single day. Like I said, there's a lot of racing over the next 3 weeks, and that's just a lot. And once we get into that second and especially that third week of racing, not a whole lot of change in the results unless there's a withdrawal due to a mechanical or a crash out or anything like that. So, but day 1 racing, Spanish rider Tasha Scariana on the Monster Energy Honda Racing Team leads the way out by 12 seconds over Daniel Sanders. Chucky in the number 2 spot on the Red Bull Gas machine. Ross Branch, the 2009 Rookie of the Year at Dakar. He's from Botswana. He's in 3rd on the Hero Rally machine. Adrian Van Beveren, he's going to be one to watch to win this thing. He's done it before on the Monster Energy Honda machine. He's in 4th. Luciano Benavidez on the factory Husqvarna. He rounds out the top 5. I love seeing this out of Luciano. Haven't gotten to see him in a long time, but he came over here back in 2016 to do the U.S. sprints and some of the GNCCs. He stayed with Thad Duvall, trained with Mike Brown a little bit, so I'm loving seeing Luciano in the top 5. His brother Kevin's a 2-time winner of this race. Sam Sunderland, an icon at Dakar. He's in 6th on the Red Bull Gas machine. Pablo Quintanilla from Chile. I met him years ago in Chile for ISDE. Super good dude. He's on that Monster Energy Honda team. He runs in 7th. And then former winner of the Dakar, Toby Price, on that Red Bull KTM. He's in 8th. Like I mentioned, 2-time and defending winner of Dakar, Kevin Benavidez on the Red Bull KTM machine. He is in 9th. And then rounding out the top 10, the first American, the American privateer hero from a couple years ago, Mason Klein. 10th overall on the Cove Moto racing machine, the core off-road racing entry. He is in 10th. He's inside that minute. He's the last rider inside the minute of Scariano. So that's great to see out of him. Going through the list a little bit more, Martin Mitchek from Czechoslovakia. He is in 11th. Ricky Brabeck, the first American to ever win Dakar on the Monster Energy Racing Honda machine. He is in 13th, 1 minute, 19 seconds out of the lead position. So not the greatest first stage from Ricky, but he'll get better as he goes along. His teammate on the Monster Energy Honda, Jose Ignacio Cornejo, Nacho, he is in the 14th spot. My buddy Bradley Cox from South Africa, he's been over here in the past in the United States racing some of the GNCCs and the sprints. He runs out the day 20th after the first stage, and I love seeing that for him. He's going to get better. Watch for Bradley. He's still young. He's still in his early 20s, but watch for him moving on. If he keeps it on 2 wheels, he's going to get himself into a top 10 position, at least for a stage, if not at the end of the 3 weeks. So I'm watching out for him. Another flash from the past from Portugal, Joaquim Rodriguez. He's on the Hero Motorsports Rally team. He is in 21st after the first stage. You remember him. Some of you guys might remember him racing for Factory KTM at the U.S. Nationals back in 2003, 2004, roughly. Going through some more of the results. I'm not going to hit up everybody, obviously. Jacob Argabright from out west in California, the former Hare and Hound champion. 27th on the day, 3 minutes and 22 seconds out of the lead. Not the greatest start for him. I know he wants more, but Jacob always gets stronger during the races as he goes, whether it's Dakar, Hare and Hound. The longer the event goes on, Jacob gets stronger, and I feel that's going to be true for him moving on through the rest of this event. Skylar House, the privateer hero from a few years ago, 42nd. I know that's not what he wants, especially the fact that he's on that Monster Energy Honda racing team. 42nd, 5 minutes and 10 seconds out of the lead. Now, he did post on his social media before I started recording this. He had a big crash. It busted his roadmap, twisted the bars, everything like that. So the rest of the day was a struggle for him. He had to rely on tire trails through the sands to navigate where he was going the rest of the day since his roadmap was completely busted. He did say that cost him. He missed a turn. That cost him about 5 minutes, he said, and he's 5 minutes and 10 seconds out of the lead from Scariano after the first stage. So he's going to have a lot of ground to make up. But he did this a few years ago as a full privateer. It landed him a ride with factory Husqvarna and is now turned into a factory ride with Monster Energy Honda Racing Team. So Skylar's going to pick it up as the week goes on. Again, 42nd after the first stage of racing today. Jan Brabec, not the greatest start from him, the Czechoslovakian rider. Jane Daniels, 56th overall after the first stage of racing on the Fantic racing machine. 6 minutes, 48 seconds out of the lead. She was the winner, the outright winner on the Great Britain team at ISDE back in 2022 in France. She is racing this year. She is 56th after stage one. And then there was one more women's rider I was given a heads up on to watch. 89th after the first stage of racing, 10 minutes and 27 seconds out of the lead. Yael Kadshai, I'm sure I'm butchering that to no end, on the Nomad racing machine. It says Dutch on the form. She's actually Israeli, an Israeli photographer friend of mine, Nir. He pointed me out to her. He said to watch for her. He said has the potential to win. I don't know if he meant overall or if there's an individual women's classification that they count towards this, but he said to watch for her, so I'm going to be paying attention. Yael Kadshai, 89th after the first day of racing, just under that 10.5 minute mark. Yeah, so that's a day one wrap up. Dakar 2024 underway. Saudi Arabian desert. This is, like I said at the beginning, this is a tough race, physically, mentally, on the machines. One thing I am going to watch for, and if you want to follow along with the results and what's going on, you can download the Dakar app. They have what's called a Missions 1000 class, I believe. Yeah, Dakar Future Mission 1000. And what that is electric vehicles. And they actually posted, if you follow along with Dakar on their Instagram, show a rider taking off this morning on an electric motorcycle. I don't know what brand it is. They didn't say who it was or anything like that, but it was an electric motorcycle. So with the length of this race and the conditions, and it's sandy, it's going to rob a lot of power out of the bike. So I'm really interested to see how well that's going to go with an electric vehicle, an electric bike throughout the course of this race, whether it's able to finish or however, how well it does. But yeah, that is the Dakar Future Missions 1000 classification. But we have our Americans in the bike classification, and that's what we're really focusing on. That's what I'm going to be focusing on, and that's what I'll be reporting to you throughout the next 3 weeks off and on. But Dakar 2024 underway. Sorry for my voice. It's starting to dry out a little bit. But I thank you guys for watching. Head on over to KWolfeMedia.com if you're racing GNCC, National Enduro, US Sprint. If you know somebody that's racing any of those, locals around the area, Fast Tracks, Wexer, OXCR, whatever have you. Check out everything that I'm offering this year. Photo packages, video packages, media training, YouTube management, social media management, all of it. Go check it out. Become a member of the Wolfpack. Hit that membership tab on the top of the screen on the homepage. Wolfpack membership, $20 a month, or you can do the whole year for $200. It's automatic 20% discount. You get early access to videos, podcasts, discounts on merchandise. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, share to your friends and family. You guys know what to do, and I'll see you on the next video.